So hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm just going to share the things that we did during our oath-taking, our Canadian oath-taking that took place November 16, 2021. So it's just fresh, last week only. Last 2 days ago, I received the certificate already as a Canadian citizen. And here is the actual certificate. So the first thing that we did when we took our oath-taking was, because now it's virtual, right? So if you applied for Canadian citizenship, they will email you inviting you to take the oath-taking. It's virtual, it's not physical unlike before because of COVID. So the email that they sent you has the login ID or login link for Zoom. If you have Zoom installed on your computer, it'll be easier because you can just type in the Zoom ID or the meeting ID, and then the password is gonna be on the link too, on the email. So first things first is you have to check your schedule. After checking your schedule, get the login ID and then log in on Zoom and then wait for others. So our schedule was 8:30 in the morning on November 16, 2021. And they say it's gonna last for 2 hours. So we didn't go to work that day. I didn't go to school that day. And we just reserved that day for the oath-taking. Then afterwards, after you log in, you have to wait for the officer to instruct what you will do next. There's other people too that is taking the oath-taking at the same time. Yeah, the next thing that we did, the officer will ask you questions, especially if you're currently in Canada and if you're a law-abiding citizen. So did you have any bruises with police, or you have records? Yeah, they will ask you some questions like that. And just be prepared. Tell them that it's no. If it's no, yes. If it's yes. So number 4 is you have to show your ID. They will ask you 2 valid IDs. Number 1, you can either show PR card, you can either show driver's license, you can either show a passport, Philippine passport if you have Philippine passport. The health card, as long as it has the picture and signature, you can use that to show it to the officer. Then afterwards, the PR card, they will ask you for your PR card. Your PR card, they will ask you to read the number at the top right corner of your card, which starts at PB. So PB number blah blah blah, something like that. You have to read that aloud in front of the camera, in front of the officer. So afterwards, when you read that, when you're done reading the number, it's just a confirmation. Afterwards, they will ask you to cut the PR card into 4 pieces. That's what I did. So I cut the PR card in 4 pieces, and then I showed them. The next thing that the officer did was to confirm your mailing address. So in our case, our mailing address was different from our previous address that we did the application for Canadian citizenship. So what happened was they asked us to include the new mailing address to the email that we're going to send them after the ceremony. So yeah, they will ask you to write down your new mailing address if you move to another place, but if not, then just leave it as is. Or the next thing that we did is you will enter into the breakout room to wait for others, because there are 70 oath takers, or 70 people that is going to take the oath taking at the same time. The same as your schedule, so you have to wait for them to finish everything up, like the confirmation and so on, and then afterwards they're going to put you back into the main room, and then that's where the oath taking is gonna begin. Yes, after everything was done, after every applicant's done doing their paperwork, their confirmation, you will take the oath taking both in English and in French. So the judge will say the words and then you just follow. It'll be easier if you have a loudspeaker on your laptop, or you put it on both speakers so you can hear it loud, just like you were in the physical place. So they will ask you to raise your right hand, and your other left hand is on the top of the Holy Bible, and then you take the oath. Then afterwards, they're gonna ask you to wave your Canada flag, your small Canada flag, and that's the mark that you already took the oath taking. Next thing is the message from the Prime Minister. And then after the message, after you listen to the message, you're gonna sing the anthem, "Oh Canada." Now, next thing that they will give you is they'll give you 30 seconds to take a selfie with the judge. So the biggest mistake that we did when we took the oath selfie with the judge is the laptop was in front of us and we did the selfie like that. So it's not good. The ideal was to put the laptop facing the photographer if you have a photographer, or if you have a relative in front of you watching the oath taking. Let them take the picture, hold the laptop facing the photographer with the judge in front. So that's the ideal way, but we did it wrong. And then afterwards, they will congratulate you because you are already a Canadian. So the next thing that you'll do is you will sign the document. So there's only 2 signatures that they need from you. And then afterwards, you have to scan the document. So it's really important after the ceremony or the oath taking, that same day you have to send the document so that they can process your certificate faster or quicker. They can send you the certificate within a week. In our case, we took the oath taking last November 16. We received our certificate, I think it's around 21, I believe. 21 or 22, November 22. So it's like 1 week only. So it's really important to send a document after your ceremony. Then the really tricky part here is when you send the document, because you have to search for the email that they sent you, the invitation email that they sent you, and then reply on that email, erasing all the content of it, or like the body text, and then you have to remove the subject text, the subject. So instead of the existing subject there, you have to erase that, replace it with your file number, your full name, and then the officer's name. Okay, so in order for you to easily search for the email is type IRCC, then check out the immigration, refugee, citizenship, blah 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 client. Probably this one is citizenship, says citizenship. So click the citizenship. Afterwards you click on that, and then you'll see here, these are the documents that you need. This is gonna be print out. Then afterwards, after your ceremony, you have to respond back to this. So to respond back is you have to click on the arrow here, says reply, and then if you hit that reply button, you'll see this body, like the body text here, or the text box. In order for you to change the email address or the subject, is you have to click the drop down arrow here, this, and then go to edit subject. when you edit the subject, you have to remove everything. Remove that. And then you have to remove everything here on the text. Remove it, and then just type in the file number, which is the C000 blah blah blah, something like that. And then after you type in the file name, you have to type in your full name, blah blah blah, and then afterwards you write down the name of the officer, which is the one that who introduced you the first time, who greeted you for the first time on Zoom meeting. So for example, the name is Jennifer, then you're gonna write down Jennifer, and then this email is gonna send back to Jennifer. It's kind of reference, right? So that Jennifer is the one who's going to process your paper, and to make it easier for them, so write down the name. So the first name is the file name, file number, your full name, and then the officer's name. And then attach your document. So remember, when you scan your document, remember to rename the document and then put it on desktop, because it's gonna be easier for you to find it once you want to send it back. So in this case, I don't really know where I put in my document, but this is gonna be the process. So as long as you save the document or the scanned item on your desktop, it's gonna be easier for you to access when you attach it on your email. So for example, let's say I'm going to attach this Grizzle Marie. I'm going to attach that, and then open, and then it will upload it onto the email as a PDF, and then you send it back through this. Just click the send button, and then that's it. And then if you move to a new place, you can write down the new mailing address on the body of the text, and then that's it. Send it back, then wait for maybe a week, and you'll get your certificate. Afterwards, congratulations, you are Canadian. Yeah, there's another process that you have to do. You have to get a passport, Canadian passport. But getting a Canadian passport at the first time is gonna be a bit hard, because you have to get two witness testifying that it was you who's getting the Canadian passport. And the good thing about the Canadian passport is you can go to USA without visa. So there are some certain countries that they will just accept the Canadian passport and without the visa. So yeah, it will open a lot of doors for you to travel because of that. So yeah, congratulations, we are Canadian. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's all for today. Doing the oath taking, and it was good, but it'll be better if we did it physically in the I don't know if it's a court or something like that, with a judge in front of the real judge, like in front, face to face. But sadly, because of the COVID-19, we did it virtual. For those who are applying for Canadian citizenship and they're taking the oath taking, it's easy. Don't get nervous. Just celebrate, because you're gonna be a Canadian after the ceremony. So that's it, guys. So hopefully this video will inspire you. If so, please try to hit that button, the subscribe button, or try hitting the like button. And see you on my next video. Bye.